Hey everyone, this is Whit from Whit's Tutoring Group here with a tutoring lesson about significant figures. Most students have seen this in high school, but it's important that they have a rock-solid foundation in it before labs or exams in college, because most students in the STEM field will be expected to know and have this mastered. So I want to go over some of my guidelines for this. The first rule that most people are very comfortable with is that all non-zero numbers must be significant. What do I mean by that? Let's say if you collected 213 milliliters of a solution in lab, it would be correct to say that this has three significant figures, or three sig figs. Why? Because it has three numbers that are non-zeros. Pretty straightforward. Most people are also good with rule number two. I say all sandwiched zeros are also significant. Now, what if in lab I collected 305 milliliters of solution? Well, it looks primarily the same. 3 and 5 are significant because they're non-zeros, and this zero is also significant. Why? It's because it's sandwiched in between two other significant values. So this has three sig figs. Now let's talk about rule number three, where people start to get a little fuzzy. All leading zeros are not significant. What do I mean by that? Well, let's say we had 0.016 milliliters, a very small amount. That 1 and the 6, those are both significant. There's no debating that. Now let's talk about this zero. Why is it leading? It's because it becomes before the significant values. Since it is a leading zero, it is not significant. This only has two significant values. Now, rule 4 is kind of two rules in one. And it's detailing trailing zeros. In the decimal portion of a number, zeros are significant. So if I had 0.750 grams of a sample, what that tells us is that this value, and this place is all three of them are significant. Why? Because it's a trailing zero, the opposite of a leading zero, and it's after the decimal. So this has three sig figs. But if we have something that's not a zero, that's not in the decimal portion of a number, it is also not significant. Example, let's take what looks like the same number, but 750 milliliters. I would say that these first two are significant. Why? Because of rule number 1. But this trailing zero is not in the decimal portion, so it is not significant. This has two significant values. It's important to understand these 4 rules because they come into play when we have to do calculations and keep to the same accuracy of our calculations. And we'll talk about that some other day. Thank you all so much. And if you learned something or enjoyed this video, please share it. Thank you all.